Huddle, command, and communication. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin details exactly what he expects from quarterback Will Howard in his rookie season. But first, before I get more into what he said, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right into it. So, Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin sets clear expectations for rookie quarterback Will Howard this season and what he expects. And this is his quote on it. Huddle, command, and communication. The ability to regurgitate new information. By new information, I mean information that's new to them. I don't want to underscore how difficult it is to receive some of the verbiage from a play caller and have to regurgitate it to 10 others that are waiting for it. Some elementary things, but important things nonetheless. The giving and receiving of information is an essential component of leadership at that position. End quote. So that's what Mike Tomlin thinks that rookie quarterback Will Howard needs to do this upcoming year. When looking at rookie quarterbacks, however, typically they have issues with the speed of the game when kind of transitioning to the NFL level, as well as controlling huddles and communicating plays to the rest of the offense. However, the best way to slow everything down is to have great understanding of the playbook, as well as understanding what everyone is doing around you. And that's Tomlin's goal. Tomlin's goal is for Will Howard to take a next step in the right direction in that regard, which is exactly what rookie minicamp and the preseason is for. And then, if he gets game time, he'll be ready. So, a quarterback being able to communicate play calls is an efficient way to be a backbone of offenses across the NFL. Getting out the huddle quick to properly assess the defense and take a look at what the coverage is that they're in is a great way to make an offense great. And Tomlin wants to ensure that Will Howard is capable of doing that. There is a lot of excitement surrounding the quarterback for him being a 6th-round pick, as should be, because he led his team to the state championship, Ohio. So he is able to take that next level in college. Now Mike Tomlin is trying to make him take that next step at that NFL level and have him be ready for whenever he's placed on the football field. And doing all the little things first is able to set the quarterback up to be able to succeed. So you do the little things, then you'll perfect that, and then you can do the big things after because they become more easier. So before I get more into what Mike Tomlin says about rookie quarterback Will Howard, let me just say this. With Mason Rudolph as the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, he has experience commanding the huddle. He has experience struggling as a rookie, so he could really teach Will Howard a lot at the quarterback position. And also, if Aaron Rodgers ends up signing with the Steelers, that's a veteran, a 42-year-old who has seen it all at NFL level that can help Will Howard at the position and grow. And sitting behind one of those two or both of those guys can really help Will Howard take the next step at what Mike Tomlin is talking about, commanding the huddle and also operating an NFL offense at a high level behind the scenes. So, when looking more, however, into what Mike Tomlin said about Will Howard, this is his quote on why the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him. So, when looking at the quote, here it is. I think, like a lot of people, how Howard responded to that adversity at the end of Ohio State's regular season and the leadership and playmaking that he displayed throughout the playoffs was really attractive. And it's really what NFL football is all about. There's going to be some adversity. How you respond to it defines you and your football team, particularly from the quarterback position. End quote. So, what Mike Tomlin mentioned before, communication, leadership, and all of that, he basically says that Will Howard showed that at college, and now he needs to show that in the NFL. So, what he's talking about, the adversity that hits in the final regular season game, if you don't No. For Ohio State, they lost in a stunning upset to the biggest rivals, Michigan Wolverines. Howard in particular had a bad game that allowed Michigan to stay in it and seal the victory away. So fans were calling for the head coach to be fired and for Will Howard to be benched after that failure, after that loss. However, Buckeyes showed who they really were. Will Howard showed who he really was, and he stepped up from leadership to play on the field. And what ended up happening? Well, the Buckeyes won the championship. They won it. They bounced back, and after all the negative talk, he responded. Will Howard responded in the best way possible, and that's the play on the field, but also leadership on and off the field as well. So he stuck with it, and Mike Tomlin loved what he saw in that. And he mentioned that of why the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him. That was a core and main reason why, and that's what he expects him to bring to the Pittsburgh Steelers this upcoming season as a rookie. And if he gets a handle on all of that, I'm sure he'll see the football field eventually. So now let's move away from what Mike Tomlin had to say about Will Howard, and let's just talk about him as a quarterback, because he was drafted in the 6th round. But why was he drafted in the 6th round? It just doesn't make sense. He's a quarterback who stands at 6'4" plus, and he's able to see over the offense and read the field and pick apart the defense. He's able to do it all at the quarterback position. He's mobile, he's a strong arm, he's accurate. So why did he fall all the way to the 6th round? Well, when looking at him, he's a 24, 25-year-old quarterback, and that's a little bit older age for a quarterback, and I guess teams want a younger quarterback. That's the only reason why I could think of the reason he fell in the draft. Because when looking at it, what quarterback that leads their team to a national championship, one of the best players on the football team, is being drafted in the 6th round? It just doesn't make sense from a competitive standpoint and from a leadership value and what they provided to the football team. You want a player who could win, and a player that's competitive, shows leadership, and is able to play the game of football at a high level. So when you're looking at a quarterback and you're looking at someone who could do all those things, how are you not looking at Will Howard as a quarterback who could lead your team? He's done it before, and he could do it again. So he has all the qualities of a starting quarterback and a franchise quarterback. And he's already done it at the college level, and now he needs to translate it to the NFL level. So he may be the most ready NFL quarterback in the entire NFL draft. From what he's experienced at the college level and what he's done at the college level to what he can probably translate to the NFL level. And the thing is, though, he'll still have a chance to sit on the Pittsburgh Steelers and not start right away. So he'll learn even more. So Will Howard has a great opportunity here. Mike Tomlin basically said everything he needs to do at the NFL level, and when he talked about it, everything that he mentioned is what Will Howard already did at the college level. So he's used to all those things. He's a winner, and he's a player who strives on leadership. And he's a team first guy. You always see him on the sidelines hyping up his guys. It doesn't matter if it's offense or defense. He's going to his guys individually, hyping them up and getting them ready, because that's who he is as a football player on and off the field. So Will Howard should have been way higher than a 6th round pick, but he wasn't. And I'm glad he wasn't, because now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler, and we get to see what he's capable of on our team. If he went any higher, probably wouldn't have been a Steeler. So glad he fell to us. So that's it for me. However, that's the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below what Mike Tomlin said, and what do you expect from Will Howard this rookie season? What do you want to see him do? What do you want to see him grow on? And how do you feel about what Mike Tomlin mentioned that he expects from Will Howard? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you expect more? Would you win a different route at quarterback position in the draft? Would you have drafted Shedeur Sanders earlier? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, Make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports. Everything surrounding this team I've covered this offseason. I'll continue to do so as we move along to the regular season here shortly, and training camp and all of that. Every new player is on the channel, and I'll continue covering everything. So stay tuned for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports. And this is the best spot for Pittsburgh Steelers football. So subscribe to the channel, turn notifications, and until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.